Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brad from the band The National Pool, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. We are back, and this time we're taking our blue white spirits deck into trying the getting serious area up from just for fun. And I think that this deck can handle it. I hope I can. And it's just a matter of whether or not we can find anyone that's even in this area. I don't have a sideboard, so that's why I'm not going into the tournament practice. And you know what's kind of funny is throughout my playing Magic all these years, I've done one tournament, and or like yeah, I guess like one tournament, and that was for Pauper, and I think I lost most of the games. It looks like we're gonna have to go into the just for fun area, unfortunately, because there's nobody here. Don't say I didn't try. Single game. That's cool. So yeah, blue white spirits here. I'd of course like to get more variety in the decks that I'm able to play with, but money is the big concern there. So we got Hallowed Fountain, Seachrome Coast. I think we have enough to get started here. We'll go Hallowed Fountain tapped. And pass. And then next turn, Rattle Change does have Flash, so I think we can do that on our opponent's end step. Leaving up Remand mana. Dwarf Artificer. Okay, so they're coming from standard, it looks like. I'm not too familiar with some of this stuff, but I think we might need to remand whatever he does next. So we got two Drog Skull Captains, which is great. Hopefully we draw into a land on our third turn, and then I'll beef up the Rattle Chains there. So when it comes into play, it gets hexproof. Nothing much there. Hoping he does something that we can remand. Something worth remanding. Pretty obvious, though, that we are holding up counterspell mana. So it's not a profitable block there with the Rattle Chain, so I'm not going to do that. Because that flying and Drogskull Captain, that's our main way to get some damage through. So no attack from him, so we're going to go ahead and flash in Rattle Chains. We're going to give it hexproof unto itself in case he has any burn. But, you know, if he has burn, it's going to get burned next turn. So there's not much we can do about that. They're probably just reading the card. So hexproof. Let's get a land. Come on, land. Yes. I'm getting good at just yelling out what I want and then getting it. Alright, so let's see if we can get this Drogskull Captain to drop down without any burn on our Rattle Chains. That's going to be the key player. And I really wanted to play some Overwatch, but lucky, yep. Okay, so that was kind of to be expected, but we have one more turn now. And unless he has anything at the beginning of combat, if you control an artifact. Okay, yeah, so oh, he pathed it too. Dude. Let's grab an island. It does come into play tapped. I was hoping to leave up path mana, but we've got another one. That was just unfortunate to really get both of our creatures burned out there. Okay. So that's an enter the battlefield effect, creating the token, which means that's going to beef up that. What else does this thing do? Target creature. Okay, so we might want to consider pathing that. I'm not quite sure yet if that's the best target. And it is... Let's see what we can do with Cryptic Command. Return... No. We could return all the creatures to the opponent's hand. That... Oh, target permanent. So that's not even all creatures either. Another Drogskull Captain. So I think we bring this down. You know, try again. And we'll kind of fake like we have a Spell Pierce or something. I wonder if I should path this now. Before... Let's do it at the top of their turn, because I don't want... Until end of turn, then they untap with more land. But then they can pump it. I'll do it at the beginning of their turn. I guess during combat even. I'm not getting a break in the pauses here to do anything. So they're probably going to pump it in response. I maybe should have done that prior to, you know, on my end step. I just didn't want him to have another land to work with untapped on this turn. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess the good news is that... I don't know what the good news is. Is that they're only going to get that effect once. Oh, it didn't go through, actually. It looks like. Did it? Yeah, somehow that didn't go through. So do I... You know what? I'm not going to block. We are taking some damage here, but... So let's go ahead and do... Drugs. Let's make sure we get our Mausoleum Ward down. And that'll kind of be like an instant sorcery counter if we need it. And the Drogskull Captain. Okay, so we're able to get through here. We're going to swing in. And next turn is probably, you know, with no more creatures on the board, that's probably when we're going to start countering stuff. Trying to get some use out of Cryptic Command. It's a shame that that Mausoleum Wanderer is all beefed up now and doesn't have haste. That kind of is a shame, but they all have hexproof now, which is great. Spell Queller, I think, would be a good call if we can. I'm praying to the top deck gods here for Spell Queller. Sword of Light and Shadow. Where's my Remand when I need it? What can this do to return target permanent to its owner's hand? So that could buy us some time, I think, if we do protection from white and from black. So we could... That would turn into a chump. I think we have to double block the Toolcraft Exemplar. We just can't keep taking these hits like this. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It really is. but I think that's what we have to do. Oh no. Protection from the white. Okay. You know what we can do? Next turn, leave up Cryptic Command mana. This deck is crushing me. And he's getting that creature back. What can I possibly do here? We're getting in for... Selfless Spirit could be good. So we could do Selfless Spirit. I wonder if we Cryptic Command Sword of Light and Shadow. He'd still have First Strike, possibly. Because then he's going to drop that other creature back down that would have... Then he'd be at... Yeah, then he'd be at 3 artifacts. We don't have enough to remand both. I think our best play here... Damn. With that freaking protection from white, though... Cryptic... Oh, this is such a mess to figure out. It really is. 9, 10. We can get him to 10 damage. Leaving up remand mana. I think that's our play. It's not the best. Because if... Yeah. And I think we can survive next turn. I hope. We're just going to go all in here. Because with the Sword of Light and Shadow, there's no... Oh, that does have flying, so they could chump block that. But I think that he wants to keep the First Strike on the artifacts. And we'll remand his, you know, whatever, when he casts that creature. So he's going to have 5 damage. We can block enchantment. You may cast Aura enchantment as a flash. You may attach it. Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield, you may attach it to a creature. Okay, so he has no other enchantment synergy, even though that sucks. But I'm going to let that one go through, because that's not what we're looking to remand. We can block this Selfless Spirit against the Thopter to prevent lethal. Sword of Light and Shadow. And he doesn't have enough mana to cast it again. With the Hexproof, he can't path our Selfless Spirit, which is good. We'll see what else he does. He could have some more burn if he has no. He does have red mana sources. If he does have burn, we're dead. It's going to be a close game here. I'm assuming that he's going in with the Thopter for lethal. I mean, granted he... Okay. So I can't block. One life here. One life to live. Oh, you know what? I didn't read this. You gain 3 life. Okay, so I'm not taking any damage from that. That's great. I don't care what else it does. So we still have lethal, I believe, and I have Mausoleum Wanderer to pump up the other Mausoleum Wanderer. Oh yeah, we can sacrifice Mausoleum Wanderer to counter an instant or sorcery. Equip. Ah, okay. So we might need to bounce that. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to bounce that. So he's tapped out. We have enough for just the Cryptic Command, it looks like, unless we draw into another land. So we won't be able to do Mausoleum Wanderer and Cryptic Command. Okay. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. And then let's draw a card. Yeah. Actually, no, there's no sense in drawing. Because we need to tap it too. Make sure we get through for lethal. Do I have enough to pay for this? Crap. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. I was worried there for a second. And that is game, I believe? I didn't do the math on this. I never do. Here's 9. Yeah, that's exactly lethal. That's a close game. Closest I've had in a long time. One to 0 for exactly lethal. Man. Alright. Alright. We got the win though. That was wild. Good stuff. Well, thank y'all for watching out there on YouTube. And check out the National Pool on Spotify and iTunes. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.